BagFuel, baby.
BagFuel, ESSO, everyone sees sounds official. And I got my, you know what I'm saying, my compadre, my guy with me. What you call yourself?
La Grande La Vip. That's the Grand Viper. AKA the Hynaken is here, man.
We got my guy who's grinding out here right now.
Big time, yeah.
Lost his own podcast. He's out here in the streets, and he's giving back to the kids through cuts and slices. My dude, I call him Zoe, but y'all know him as Conversations with Zoe.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for
doubt.
having me.
Salute to your elevation, man. We was talking outside. You said ever since we sat down and did the interview, shit been going up for you. That's called the magic.
But that happens a lot with us. I feel like I don't know why that
not
is.
Not to say it wouldn't have happened.
No, yeah. Not to say, but it seems like that right now on the podcast and YouTube and on where we're at, like after we either be on people's shows, they monetize fast, or other guests see it's a reason to be up there because we have great conversation and you do a lot of hits and stuff like that. Because we had that effect on a whole lot of shows. I feel like that's a testament to the hard work that we're putting in, and we picking the right shows to go on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People who's having great convo and putting their money behind it and putting the hard work behind it, and you definitely do that.
Yo, thank you.
What was it going?
What made you want to do the sit down with us? Like, what did you see? What did you feel it was gonna do for your show? Because picking guests is an art form. So I want to understand your navigation.
I mean, for me, it's kind of crazy because it happened the week before everything else happened.
Got you.
Right?
Yeah.
But for me, I had already spoken to S, so it was kind of like, it wasn't like I reached out because of that.
Yeah.
You know, it was, I understand. I was already interested in doing an interview with you guys. So for me, it was just to clear up the misconceptions and tell your side of the story and tell your journey, and two different guys from two different boroughs, but who are collectively doing great work. So I want to show the kids different sides of things, like from where you coming from where he's coming from. And I feel like that's only going to elevate the culture even more, seeing different sides of things, him being on the management, executive side, you know? Like, that's another lane that we could be in this industry. Of course. You know, we got a camera guy here, we have different hosts, everybody has a different talent in this room, you know, and none of us rap.
He's a visual coordinator.
Right, he's a visual coordinator.
Camera, because when people hear the word cameraman, they tend to disrespect the dude. Like, that's a camera nigga. Like,
but don't everybody disrespect people that has a consummate title?
Yes.
For some reason,
yes.
If you have a title, they think that you're just bound by that title. So even when we call Ghost or somebody says Ghost is a cameraman, I'll be like, nah. Like even before the visual coordinator thing was up, I always was still like, I can't call him a cameraman. He edits.
Right.
He has knowledge of the YouTube.
Right.
He asks questions. He adds to what we got going on. It's very intricate
to everything.
So you can't just call somebody like that.
But extravagant titles does something to a person's brain, because what was the terminology before? Restaurateur.
I don't know. Own a lot of restaurants.
Yeah, he owns a restaurant.
He got big business. He got big business.
But now when you hear a restaurateur, a bitch gets up, a businessman's like, oh, he's doing something.
Right.
What you thinking?
But that's an executive and entrepreneurial thing. I think that they look at somebody like a cameraman as a job.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why they don't understand. And then you got people who are cameramen, quote unquote, and they act like they're the biggest star of the show.
Right.
Like the host and the people who come up with questions and stuff like that. They don't matter.
Like, I'm not a cameraman. There's camera Pete. Like, the nigga I see at B&H who puts me on the shit, he's a cameraman.
Okay, got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows how to take the shit apart and put it back together.
Right.
Intricacy. Yeah.
I'll say.
So, you know, when people do these interviews and sit downs, one of the things is making, you know, compelling dialogue and figuring out how to navigate. You have an interesting way of, you know, navigating to set up your questions. Give a little bit of your insight.
You got to pay attention. So I want the world to get to know. I feel like from all the interviews you guys have done, I feel like if you watch mine, they got to know you a little more. Like the after school things, the different things, the different places that we went through, right? So for me, the formula is simple, you know. I feel like Twitter, you know, you get talking points from that. Like that's somebody's thoughts. So hey, like, what did you mean when you said X, Y, and Z? Like, I just interviewed Graf, and he said, niggas be trying to make they big homies more proud than their mother. Like that's a talking point for a guy from where we come from. Like, what do you mean by that? And that's true. We've seen it. Like, you know, but he's elevated past that, you know, so he's able to say where he was and now where he is. You know, to show that life is a journey. So for me, it's just, you know, childhood, you know, always focus on the youth. You know, somebody's there right now. High school, somebody's there right now or just got out of there. Life after college and where we are current day. Life is a journey. So to me, I just try to show the journey of every guest.
What's your goal for your podcast?
I want to be like, so you see how like Power comes out every week?
Yes.
Like I want to be like that. Like I want to be on a huge network and I want to drop every week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Netflix, Hulu, Stars, whatever it is.
So you think people want to just sit down and watch interviews every single week?
Yeah, especially
a lot of people do.
when like it's only getting like right now everything that I've done to this point, it's only gonna get bigger than that. Like I'm gonna bump shoulders with the Kevin Harts and all of them, and so it's gonna be big people, and all of those people are gonna tap into that, you know. And I think I can. I think people are tapping in now. When I interview you guys, I was like 1,400 subscribers. I'm at 3,000 now, so everything is still growing, and I feel like I could get there.
Yeah, of course. You got to feel like that. You got to get there. You have to visualize this shit first.
Right.
That's, I think, a key that people don't understand. Supreme belief in yourself can take you further than anything else in this world. When I first started doing this, people was asking Hynaken, like, why you fucking with him? You know what I'm saying? And I was still trying to find my own self, to be honest. So I never really got mad at what people thought. Like, I never really cared, like, to be honest. I just was always like, I'm going to work on myself. But I visualized and I planned to be where I'm at. I plan to be bigger than I am right now, to be honest with you. So I keep it real. People be marveling at where I'm at right now. I should be at 150,000 subscribers. BagFuel should be at 200,000 subscribers. And I know I should be making at least 30, 40 grand a month off of what I'm doing.
Minimum.
That's my value. That's the information I'm bringing to people. That's the clothes that I'm wearing. That's the traveling that I'm doing. That's the work that I'm putting in. That's the work I'm spending on myself. I'm fucking diversifying on different people's shows. But everybody else might not see that within myself. But my own vision is what keeps me going. You know what I'm saying?
How long are you prepared to take this grind? Because sometimes people watch this grind, they see somebody come out of nowhere, or they think the person hasn't been grinding. They don't know they had to put 10 years, like a Kevin Samuels had to put 10 years in, or these dudes over here, 8 years over here, 7 years over there. Are you prepared for that long haul and grind?
Yeah, I mean we're at 5.5 years now.
What? For real?
Yeah, I started in 2018. So April 26, 2018 was my first
Congratulations.
episode. You know, I was playing baseball overseas at the time, and I
Overseas? Where
yeah,
was you playing at?
in Austria. Yeah, right next to Germany. So I was there 2018, 2019. I finally had the time to sit. You know, it's funny because I just interviewed my mans who played basketball overseas, and one thing that they don't talk about overseas is that it can get a little dark. You know, because you're isolated, like no family, no nobody. You may not fuck with your teammates right away. So like, for him, it got dark because he just had lost his brother the year before. For me, it was like it was a time of enlightenment. Like, oh wow, like I got time. What I'm gonna do with this time? Cool. I want to put out positive content. So I started conversation with Zoe. You know what I'm saying? So peace and love, world. Welcome to episode conversation with Zoe. 5.5 years ago. You know, so for me, for me, I see it as service. So I'm here for a lifetime of service. So however long it take, but I know that I just got to keep scratching the surface.
Was there anybody you saw doing this, or somebody you didn't like what they were doing and was like, I could do it better than that, or I can add to that?
Well, it's just Instagram, bro. It's negative as fuck. Like, this is the world star era, fight, knocking niggas out. Like, that was like, nah, we can't just talk about that and see that. Like, you know, that can't be all the algorithm is, you know. Vaughn fights and pulling up on people and talking crazy. I was just trying to go against that. You know, just show something else. Show the hood, but from a positive and enlightening way.
I've never met somebody who's been across seas and played baseball.
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
That's the first time.
I want to talk about this.
Like, what's that process and what's the pay like?
So the process is it really is knowing somebody. So first of all, baseball is huge over there. If you watch the World Baseball Classic, you see like Israel, Spain, a lot of big Germany, Netherlands.
I mean, they always show Japan more than any other
There's
country.
money out there. There's a lot of money out there. So you're gonna see where the money's happening. You feel me?
Gotcha.
Like you're gonna come like as a former major leaguer, you're gonna touch a few M's in Japan for sure. 100% you are, you know. But there's guys that I've met in Germany, other first rounders, second rounders, they making like 15,000 euros a month, and they got a crib paid off. A lot of dudes never come back because you get a house. You know, you either go from being a player and then you pay 10 years and you coach, and you're the coach of the team. You still got a house paid off, you got kids, and you know you living rent free with 15,000 euros a month.
Which is like
That's
30.
that's
That's
like
like almost 30K over here, like 27K over here.
No, it's like 16, 17.
Oh,
Because
it's
the value
close.
of the euro has dropped.
Oh, it dropped. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not that high. But for me, I spoke to my man Albert Gonzalez. He was like, "Yo, bro, I played baseball in Spain, and you know, you young, you should give it a shot." So that's actually how I started my YouTube channel. Was putting up my clips, my workouts, my hitting, and all that stuff, and I was sending to coaches. So I got shout out to baseball jobs overseas. I made a profile, uploaded my stuff, and coaches start to reach out. So with me, what was hard is that I had no college stats. Like I went to college 4 years and had nothing to show for it with the 2 surgeries, the racist coach, and everything else that happened. But I don't knock that because that's the way God wanted it to be for me. For me, like my pops died my senior year of college, but baseball went downhill 4 years prior to that. So at that point, I just manned up, went to school, got a job, like just focusing on other things. I was still on the team, but baseball wasn't my end all be all.
Gotcha.
And I think God made it that way because look what was gonna happen. Imagine if I was still relying on my parents for money, was like just this little brat, whatever you want to say, and wasn't paying attention. Like I was just baseball my whole world. I'm going to the league and that's it. So that's why you see how a lot of athletes have identity crisis because like this is all you do. You used to hoop. You know what I'm saying? You put in your 10,000 hours into one thing.
But let me say this.
Right.
Basketball players is different from every other sport.
Right.
We was in the streets.
Right.
Football players, no.
Right.
Baseball players, nah. But basketball players was in the hood
Right.
because we played inside.
Right.
People came to see you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's a different vibe behind the basketball game and the player. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So we had a chance to assimilate more than the other athletes.
And then the playgrounds is right there, the parks is right there if you want to be outside. You know, and a girl, she's always gonna be like, let's go to the playground. I don't hear her say, let's go to the batting
baseball
cage
field
or the football
Let's
field.
go to the football
Unless he's
field.
a softball player, that's rare.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially from out here.
Exactly.
What position you play?
First base pitcher.
You look like a first baseman.
Yeah, so.
Because first basemen usually tall, power hitters,
Yeah, 3,
stuff
4.
like that.
I seen you had just won MVP for who's on?
Ballin' for Peace. Shout out to Ballin' for Peace. Yeah, that's funny. Like that's like my hidden talent. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna go to all of those celebrity games and turn up. You know what I'm saying? That's my game. You feel me? So I know what's going on. I still play, and it was a good experience. So definitely shout out to Ballin' for Peace.
And that's marketing for you. Like
For sure.
The thing that I don't think that most YouTubers focus on, which I focus on a lot, is marketing myself. I'm big on cross-marketing myself. I'm big on stuff like that. Like, we don't even get invited to I play basketball, but people don't invite me to games and stuff like that. Those are the type of things that I would go and I would participate in because you get to see people one-on-one. They get to see a whole nother side of you, and it's actually fun, and it's great content.
Right.
To go on and you take that content and you cross-market yourself and then they look at you differently and say, oh, you're an athlete. Oh, so you're not just sitting here talking. So now athletes that fuck with you will come sit down. You might meet people at the games and get them as guests on your show, so forth and so on. So marketing yourself, pay attention is big for YouTubers. It helps to diversify everything that you got going on, and being a YouTube, you're not pigeonholed to do just one thing. You can do many different things as long as you fly and you're good at it.
Right.
What's been the momentum like? Because when we was outside, you said once you sat down with us, things been going up, like the level of guests and conversation.
Right.
Do you see a correlation, and who are the people you sat down with?
Well, I definitely want to give a shout out to my guy, Overtime Larry. He's Larry Hamel now.
Yeah.
He's not an Overtime no more, but I went to college with him, played Little League Baseball with him. So he was like the first person to give me like that, you could say, corporate industry, semi-celebrity stamp. Like, you know, he was blue check, 300,000 followers. So like, that was big for me at the time because I didn't have 1,000 subscribers yet. You know
Cheat code, yeah.
So he gave me that look. And then after that, shout out to Vaca Rondon. He gave me a look, you know, and then I would say the next look after that was you guys. And what that did, it just kind of, now when you interview Esau and Hynaken, you tapping into their circle. Like, so everybody who saw me, and that's why collabing on Instagram is so important, because now his followers and everybody who is associated with him and you guys are tapped in with me now. Feel me? So it just gave me another stamp. Like, yo, if they own it, nah, it gotta be something going on over there. Let me go to his page. Let me check out his content. Let me see what's going on over there. And everything you see, the quality, the conversation, everything is going. So after that, you know, it was P, Cassidy, DNA, Bodega Cortez, Albial.
I saw you did Dice.
Dice, shout out to my guy
Jim.
Dice
So
Peso.
Jimmy.
Dice is how I interviewed Jim.
That's kind of how we got Jim too.
Same,
You know what I'm
like
saying?
Dice exposed Jim. Jim knew about us.
Right.
Then Dice told him that we was cool.
Right.
Then I bumped into Jimmy at a dinner with Clue.
Right.
And because of that, that's how we had got Jimmy on the same way.
No, definitely shout out to Dice Peso, man. That's my guy, Bird Game.
He's solid. Dice
Solid dude.
Very solid dude.
Well, what's that Jim Jones interview done for you? Because I know what it's like to get these big names when you're starting out.
And honestly, it was just such a monumental moment, you know, and I feel like along your journey is going to be a series of moments. So people kind of think, like, you guys was a moment for me, but it's about the follow-up and creating more moments, you know. So I feel like I'm forgetting other people. The master investor, Ian Dunlap, we're actually really cool now. That was a great
He's been going
interview.
viral.
Yeah.
You also did the dudes for me, the investor dudes for me.
Yeah, shout out to Santino, shout out to Lawrence, Wise Money Academy. That was another great look with the financial literacy. And anybody I forgot, has been so much going on.
The porn.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Riley Rabbit, man. That's the sis. She's mad cool. She's really good people. I want to interview Dave from Natural Born Brand. That's a great guy. Solana from Phenomenal Reflections.
Dave a cool dude.
Yeah.
What I like about you
fly.
is, you ain't just looking for and we don't do this neither. Like you ain't just looking for names that's gonna make your engine run. You are still focusing on people that are doing great things. Like Dave is doing great things with the Natural Born Brand. Shout out to the Yumi Dubs, dude. They black. They doing great things with their brand. He got the Yumi Dubs on. I had it on my last show. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta like. I like how you focusing. Like that's how we give back too. We give back to a lot of black brands and people who believe in us and try to bring as many people on the show as we can, because some of them, I tell you, like, you have to do other things and you have to grow, because we have a computer that needs to run as well. This is a business. Unless you're just gonna donate to our YouTube. What is that? How they just give us money, Hynaken? Super thanks. Unless you're gonna super thanks us to death. You know what I'm saying? Watching the video and tapping in and staying on. Pressing that bell is how we continue. We get a chance to make money and we get to continue this vibe and give y'all the information on YouTube, essentially for free for yourself.
Do you see a lot of difficulty with your YouTube running with so much positive content that you don't have the elaborate titles and the things that's gonna make people click immediate?
Nah, I mean, for me, like, I just focus on my intentions and what it is that I'm doing. Definitely shout out to JoJo Simmons, man. We had 3 million views together on a clip on the gram. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't care about them clips on the gram. Clips on the gram don't be, you can't make no money.
Yeah, but you know, it's still cool though.
It translates.
For
I think
me,
it translates.
Like, I think it translates in followers, you know.
But the businesses that you be getting in your DM.
But it only translates because I know how to do business. Okay? If I'm just a regular content person and I'm getting 3 million hits off of something, it does not translate into no dollars. It might translate into followers. You have to then sell merch. You have to give something to the followers to tap into you. You have to put in more work. You have to then try to do events like I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of shit to make my shit translate. I'm not sleeping. I'm working. I'm out with Cormega. I'm coming back home. I'm making my own talking heads. I'm filming with them. I'm doing fucking clothing lines with fucking Yumi Dove, trying to put a capsule together. You take that, but you still gotta take from what they're giving you and make your money. People, for some reason, they act like 3 million hits on Instagram equates to dollars. It
No, it
does
doesn't.
not, unless you have a product to sell. That when those people come in there, you can sell that product, and then now it's worthwhile to get the hits. You know what I'm saying?
But with that 3 million's helped your profit, your nonprofit organization.
Yeah, it's helped a lot of things. Me and Dice did a pizza day together, you know, so now I kind of see a full circle moment of what God has done. He's gave me a platform to say it, and he gave me a platform to do it through Slice of Excellence. So for me, everything is still moving, but it's been a great
Work
ride.
in progress.
You know what I'm saying? For sure, a lot of progress.
What made you pivot into with the girls?
Oh, you know what it is, bro? It's misconceptions, you know. It's a lot that we don't know, and I feel like with Instagram we assume a lot. You may think, oh,
It's
she's
easy.
in there. I got my friend. I won't say her name. She's a doc. She's 27, 28. She's a doctor. She's from Bed-Stuy. We met in boarding school. If you see her out, you've been like, yo, that's the biggest thought I've ever seen in my life. Smoking weed, twerking, going crazy, going home with niggas. Yo, listen, she's a doctor, right? She works at UConn.
She's just a doctor.
Right, she's just a doctor, you know what I'm saying? But
nothing wrong with a doctor.
Right, nothing wrong with it, right? But when she when she shuts it out to study, like you won't see her. I haven't seen her in like 2 years. And you won't see her. She's medical exams, doing everything she gotta do, doctorate. She had a little white sugar daddy to pay for school.
Yes, that sounds about right.
I'm about to say she said she's slowing her thoughting down.
You know
it's controlled thoughting.
Right,
I gotta study.
The 3 biggest cheating professions is anything medical for a woman, teacher.
They didn't say that. They said nurse.
Medical.
This game is crazy.
Hold on. See, he's saying doctor. There's a lot of female doctors that's wilding right now. They just not looping them in right now.
Right.
And female Uber drivers.
Right.
They number 3. They
Uber
get
drivers.
what?
Crazy.
There you go.
Pulling over.
They can easily lie to their nigga. I got a trip in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I'ma chill.
Did you make this up? Where's the stat that they're number 3? Where's the stat at?
We was just in the car, right?
He made it
I'm gonna
up.
show you something.
Okay.
What's the most? No. I'm gonna show you right now. What's the most popular? What's the most common car color out there?
Most common car color?
Yes. No. Wait. I'm gonna show you. Wait. Let's go.
White?
Thank you. He said no. He's like, oh, where'd you get this stat from? Had to show him.
When I put more thought into it, it's like, you're right.
This is what I do. They have to.
But that ain't, you're talking about ghosts. You're not answering my question. I said, wait, tell me, it got nothing to do with it. I said, where is the stat
there,
that
bro.
the Uber drivers is number 3?
They always do this. It's there.
He said he might as well be right.
Yo,
you
bro,
know?
I might as well be right.
Look. This is the fact, bro. When he's challenging ghosts, he pulls out stat. When he's challenging me, he says it's there, but never pulls out a stat.
Right.
Yeah, because
Look
it's
at
true.
every camera.
It's
He
true.
never.
They'll say it in the comments.
If you really pay attention, when I say, where's the stat at? He'd be like, look, he just did. It's there. What the fuck is?
Let me ask you this.
What does it's there mean? I can't see that.
Let
This
me show
is
you
your
something.
phone in your hand.
Let me show you something.
There's no stats here.
How you know? How is it that it's nurse number 1?
Because they said it. It was
Who
a
said
study. It was a study that we watched. You know it.
No. Who
You
said
know
this?
the study.
If we go
you know
this.
the study. See, this is See,
but
look, everybody.
Hold on.
This is when the semantics with words come in, right? Because I don't remember the title of the study. He knows that. But see, his study he made up.
No,
with
I
Uber
didn't.
drivers. We didn't see that together. The study I'm talking about with the nurses.
Who made
we
it?
saw that together. It was on Shade Room, and I forwarded it to you.
Let me show you something.
That's where it was.
I'm gonna show you real shit.
I forwarded you the
real
DM.
shit. You didn't need to know that study to know that they was up there. Yes
No,
or no?
I didn't need to know that.
No, you don't do that.
I knew they were
Don't fucking
thoughts.
do that.
I knew they were thoughts.
Oh my God!
I did know they were thoughts, but I did not know. But I did not.
Based on what?
I had a nurse girlfriend and I fucked a lot of nurses.
You've been in the streets, Ash.
Okay?
Right.
But,
before you got married. Let me clear that up.
But
Right.
I didn't know that they were number 1. Okay? I did not know. I swear.
It's strongly believable.
I swear to God, it's believable, but they did a study. And then when they did the study, I called him. That's why I asked him about the Uber shit, because I see shit, because I'm not a content person.
Right.
But gradually, let me lower my voice, because I said people here. But gradually, now, I'm watching more content. Right? So when Ghost sends me stuff, I used to never watch it on the thread. Now I'm clicking on it. I'm calling him later like, yo, that shit is kind of crazy. And now I be surfing little stuff, so I be paying attention. So when I do, I send it to them. right? So when I saw the nurse shit, I said, damn, the nurses is the thoughts. I sent it to him.
But you knew that already.
But I said that I'm not doing the case study. All I'm asking him to do is the same case study that says the Uber's number 3.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Uber's number 3.
What did I say? Hold on.
You can say number 3.
Hold on. Who did I say was number 2?
I don't remember.
Who did I say?
You said all
Teachers. Is that,
I don't know about that. See, I don't know. I don't know about
that. You know why?
I
I'm
would
gonna
say
show you
fair
why.
Because they off in the summertime.
They off in the summertime. I'm gonna tell you.
They get on vacations.
They on vacations. Yo, weekends off.
Most of them divorced.
Most of
them single moms.
But what makes them a thought? Because they got vacations and they off in the summertime.
Thoughts need free time to really get their
You imagine being off in sundress?
But how many bad teachers, for real?
Yo,
gotta be bad.
I didn't say there are not none. I didn't say there are not none.
Okay.
How many bad bitches is niggas running into and she says I'm a teacher? Start capping. Go ahead, start capping.
I can say this at
Y'all
least.
niggas ain't running into mad bitches and they say I'm a teacher.
What? Yo, it's a lot.
I do have a nonprofit that works for schools.
Thank you.
I do bump into them a lot. You know?
It's a lot.
It's a lot of bad ones.
Yes, it's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Principals, nigga, I'm telling you. Because I was like, yo,
Definitely
you doing this, you doing this.
They definitely are. And every hood, girls, they weren't the brightest in high school, but they became nurses.
Yeah.
And 80% of them was thoughts. I know a lot of them.
I
And
know a lot
thoughts, they
too.
drug dealers too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The typical hood relationship is a drug dealer and a nurse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she got days off of work.
Right.
She got good credit.
Right.
She makes her own little
She
fucking
making
money.
6 figures.
And she's
You know
an
what I'm
RN.
saying? And she's an RN.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's up.
Because we had talked about corporate America. My ex-girlfriend from a long time ago is a nurse, but was a nurse at New York Presbyterian. She worked her way up, worked her way up to the top. That she was controlling the whole floor and everything. Yeah. So one day she's in the house with me. She's like, I want to be a nurse practitioner, and I'm going back to school. I said, why the fuck would you do that, bitch? Like you making $130,000. You're working 3 days a week, sometimes 4 days out the week. We chilling.
12 hours.
Why are you doing that? Because I want to write prescriptions. And the moral story, see, you wasn't here for the last show. Right. She became a nurse practitioner. They put her to work with one lady, and the lady didn't like her, and they fired her. Literally, nigga. And I said, yo, why would you do that? Because the freedom she had at the other job and the talking and doing the things, you didn't have the same freedom as a nurse practitioner. Mm-hmm. That didn't mean that you weren't good, but she was used to being able, like, to be free. You know what I'm saying? Like how we talking about how the nurse, 3 days, 4 days out the week. And this lady, when you go over to the practitioner side, she was way more fucking rigid. So I think that although that they went to school for doing this thing, that rigid side of it, taking that nurse that had the freedom and taking her and putting it to there was a total downfall for her. People can't deal with all that type of shit. And especially thoughts don't like rules.
But you was going back to let's circle back to the misconceptions with the girls and the things that was your direction.
With the content, especially with me, with the amount of positivity and the game and education, you got to give the people a little bit of the bullshit.
Of course.
So you got to indulge, you got to play. So for me, I know the angle that I'm coming at is not too salacious, nothing disrespectful, but just to get to know you as you're still a human being, you're still a woman, you're somebody's daughter, you're somebody's brother, or whatever it is. So I just wanted to take my skills somewhere else, and it's worked out really well. Like I have a group of girls, we have a good time. Dudes tap in, yo, who follow? Like, bro, just follow her. Like I'm not introducing nobody to nobody. You feel me? Like,
so what you mean? So yeah, I don't introduce nobody. Right. What you mean by they tap in? So you do live shows?
No, they see the girls.
They see the girls. They see the girls on the gram. The clips are going crazy. They saying crazy things. You know, they.
Gotcha. You don't think that fucks up the mood and the direction of your show?
No, they thought it was, but it didn't, because we still, like I did a Mother's Day episode. Like people not bringing moms together and doing Mother's Day episodes.
With the porn chicks or just mothers?
Nah, just mothers. Just mothers.
Are they hitting on YouTube? Are they getting a lot of views?
It's doing all right. It's doing all right.
It's case by case.
It's case by case, but I want to give mothers that platform. You know, for me, I had a single mother. I had a mother with no help. I had a mother with a little bit of help. And I had a mother with the father that just came in the picture. So all of these mothers are in different roles. Like some have a village, some don't. And I just feel like it's important to do things like that. Like sometimes it's not all about the views, but what it is you're putting out there.
But you have a job, correct?
I do. I'm a project manager.
Okay, so that supplements your income. So you're not solely looking to make money off of YouTube. No. So you're not pigeonholed by how people have to try to get hits to make a living and talk derogatory and talk negative. So that's why that you're going the route that you're going. But you do realize that most of the people not going that route.
Right.
People ridicule us for not being more salacious or whatever they would say, more controversial with things, because I'm big on trying to stay away from the controversy. You can't, because I wind up in controversy all the fucking time, but I try to stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? That is that job what keeps you from not going for the controversy, because you already have an income and you can just put your love here?
For me, there's enough of that. Like there's tons of platforms where that's what you're gonna get, that's what you're gonna see, that's their goal, that's their intent. My intent is always to educate first, entertain second. You know, so it's worked out pretty well. You know, the guests are getting bigger and bigger, and we're just gonna continue to run it up. And I still have the nonprofit that I'm building as well. So it's just all about continuing to put my bricks down.
How much would you have to be making from whether it be YouTube or all your media outlets for you to say, I can leave my job? What would be a comfortable number for you?
Comfortable number?
Minimum.
Minimum? I would say like 10,000 a month.
Gotcha. That's fair.
Me, I need 30, and I'm not hustling no more.
But see, when people hear that number though,
hosting.
Let's be fair to you. You have a lot of people you take care of. You got a lot of shit on your shoulders that the normal person don't have. So when people hear that number, that's a real number for real.
Yeah, I need like 30 grand a month.
Like,
for me to be like, I'm comfortable.
And I'm being careful with this business.
Good,
but
you know what I'm
there's
saying?
A lot of people you got on your shoulders.
Yeah, because to be honest, 10 grand a month, I tell niggas.
That's nothing.
10 grand a month is out the window for me right now. Like, I'm not saving no money. I've been making 10 grand a month every month since 2023 started. And I haven't saved not. Actually, I'm down 13,000. That's no lie.
See, that's
no lie. So
that's why we asking.
That's why I ask people, because I'll be seeing, where people is at with it, because I know there's a lot of people that do this YouTube thing, but they're not privileged to make money off of the YouTube thing.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out where's going to be what's your idea of actually being able to make money off of this and stop working, because that's how you're really going to be able to affect change.
Right. I know for me, I didn't start it for this. So I'm learning this part, like the business part, like having to open up an LLC to monetize a YouTube channel. Like all of this is coming along the journey. So I'm still adjusting. I have a publicist now. Shout out to Miss Montana.
I know her.
Yeah. She told me she loves you guys. You know what I'm saying? So
she do. I don't know you.
No,
Miss
she
Montana.
knows. She know.
We ain't got no publicist. Why you ain't hollering at me, Miss Montana?
Well, this is.
Oh, she knows Hynaken.
Okay.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
She knows Hynaken. She don't know me.
But what did Zoe say?
She loves you guys.
She loves you guys.
Oh, she told me.
You love Hynaken, Miss Montana.
No, she knows you.
Because if you loved me, you would be in my DMs talking about doing business with me. You love Hynaken, Miss Montana. It's okay.
Look at this guy.
Well, this is probably our intro.
Because Zoe, when you say that, you ain't do this for that, the fact that you played baseball in Europe and I've been around you, you got that competitive juice to win. So as much as you can say that, I know you have a certain level of ambition to win. So that's why we're talking to you like this.
No,
you know what I mean?
for sure. I mean, it's definitely coming. It's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's just getting used to it all. Getting used to the attention.
What's been the change now that you had to get used to now?
First of all, don't call me fucking Hollywood. You come up to me and tell me that, I might slap you. Like,
yo,
and I don't even come with that.
That's the most aggressive.
Stop doing that, yo.
What is
it's
going
annoying.
on?
It's annoying. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that. And people are, yo, it's good. Like, I was at a bar watching the Yankee game. This was in the fall, right? He comes up to me, and we know each other. Yo, what's good, Hollywood? I'm like,
why they saying this to you though?
Because I'm doing better. That's insecurities though. It's really your emotion. Your emotion may not be where your emotion wants to be or needs to be,
but it can't help.
But you know what else it is too,
right.
bro?
What's up, Ash?
It's just you shining.
Right. Yeah,
that's it. It ain't about when niggas say you Hollywood.
They say it maliciously sometimes.
They don't know. They don't know how to say you shining.
Right.
So like we talked about Ish with niggas with testosterone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, he's not gonna say, hey, yo, you're really shining and you're doing things out there. Hey, yo, Hollywood,
Nigga, you fucked it. I see you with the broads.
So, all right, so let me finish that conversation, right?
Okay, conversation with Zoe.
Right, so I was like, bro, what's up? Yo, I've been meaning to reach out to you. Yo, bro, you have my number, reach out. Yeah, but you know, I don't know if you're gonna pick up whatever. I know you've been Hollywood and all that stuff. That's where I get the negative, right? The negative energy from the statement. I don't feel like it was a congratulations. I felt like it was a little bit of whatever, negative energy with that. So I was like, bro, just call me. Now, had you called me since that day?
No.
So what was it all for? What'd you do that all for?
Because he wanted to see if you're just gonna be receptive. You know how many motherfuckers say, bro, you know how many niggas see me and be like, yo, son, I planned on calling you. Why you didn't call me? Oh, I thought you was traveling, you busy. Yo, you know my phone works on the plane with Wi-Fi, right? You know my phone works when I'm driving in the car. I'm even talking to you outside while we filming the other show. My shit works. So if you want to call me, this is how I make my money. My Instagram is here, my text message, my DM. Everybody knows my DMs cost money, all right? So of course I'm gonna be on my phone. So niggas don't have a way to communicate with you because you're in a different space. Because although we in the cameras and we all know we cool, in order for them to watch us, they gotta click on the TV on YouTube or they gotta click it on their phone. And you know who else they watching on their phone? Jay-Z. You know who else they watching on their phone? Beyonce, Rihanna. So now, although you don't have their money, like I tell people with music, once you drop a record, you're in the music business. You have to move accordingly. And people think, oh no, I just put that up on the wall and I'm going to work, I'm going to be a counselor for the kids. No, you are a rapper too. So you have to now dress a certain way. You have to now carry yourself a certain way. And now also people are gonna look at you a certain way. The same people that you've been rocking with for years that never thought that you could do it or never thought that you were gonna even try to do it. Now they don't know how to respond to you. And that's all. And that's
that makes a lot of sense.
That's all it is. Now you're in that other space, right? You're in between them and the goal. So now they're here.
They're there.
So you can't even look at them like, yo, why you feeling funny? Nigga, you should feel funny, nigga. I'm working harder than you. I'm shining, nigga.
So think about
it.
From October to August, think about all the people you sat with. Look at other podcasts that within the same bracket, do they even have the same lineup of guests?
No.
Does it look as good? Your podcast looks good.
Does it sound good?
You're on time.
Yeah. Your clips are running. Artists are collaborating with you. Famous people, they start saying, hold on, this ain't play anymore. Then you're playing at the celebrity baseball games. Rappers are donating pizza with you, with the kids. Oh, he's doing
shots yet.
Right.
Wilson hit you the other day.
Yeah.
He hit me.
He did?
Huh?
He hit me, but I think he deactivated his Instagram or some shit like that.
He did what?
I spoke to him like a couple
that.
weeks ago.
He ain't deactivated.
Nah,
He on that
let me see.
He's up there. He's up there. He's up there. I mean,
yeah, we spoke a couple weeks ago, but that was before that Drake thing happened.
I feel like he's the type of guy that he would fuck with because his mannerism, like Zoe is like, I'm loud. You know what I'm saying? Zoe is cool. Zoe is laid back.
Laid back.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's always chilling. You never see him get riled up and stuff like that. Even when he asks his questions, it's the same type of tone and you getting the same type of thing from him. I feel like that he's the type of dude he would latch on to. He would fuck with. You know what I'm saying? But he's reached out to me and followed me and everything. But like I told people on the last show, we've had plenty of guests on this show, but we ain't been on a lot of people's shows. And I know why. It's not like I don't know why.
Because you know why.
But it's still, I mean, we take over niggas' shows.
We turn up.
I know that, you know what I'm saying? And then my voice is louder, he's louder. So it's a lot for people to actually take in and be able to get their show off. Like you was one of the few people that was able to do it.
I was prepared though.
You was prepared.
Yeah,
you understand fluidity of a. I think one of the things people have a tough time understanding is the flow of a conversation. They're so quick to jump in and out. They don't let certain things develop within the conversation. You said what? Out of all the people,
sometimes.
huh?
You too?
Y'all too also.
Nah.
What I do?
Sometimes y'all fuck up the flow.
Yeah.
You do it more than anybody.
I'm the fuck up flow king.
Yo, we know that.
Listen, I'm still. I don't.
But
I
Esso's
don't bite
not
my
classically
tongue.
trained.
I'm still
though.
learning on the fly. So when people be saying stuff
it
like
works,
this,
though.
I be like, yeah, like they'll have me watching certain things. And I'll be like, I
He
don't
don't
know
give
what
a
they.
fuck.
I'll be like, I don't even know what they talking about. Yeah, I've jumped in right there.
Right.
But you're ridiculing me. That's the first time that was trash in 15 minutes of you watching me.
Right.
So if that's what you got to do, go for it, because I'm still learning. And from that thing, I'm going to learn to not do that the next time that I'm on the camera.
But for certain people, they just have a natural ability to do that, and it makes sense. It's almost like a person who's never been trained to fight, but they're a natural fighter, and they do shit that's unorthodox, but they can still get the W. So whereas the rules may apply for everybody else, they're not gonna apply for you. We've spoken about that. I said, yo, fuck that shit. You can do that shit. And you're like, word? I'm like, trust me. Crash in, do it like this.
Yeah, but,
you
I
know?
don't want to give them the wrong impression. I'm not asking nobody
No, of course
about
not. He does not care.
Do it.
Let's keep it real. He does not care.
I don't even want these motherfuckers to even get this idea.
Let's clean that up.
I'm talking to Hynaken about what they think. I really don't.
He don't care.
But when I see things, I'm human. So when things catch my eye and they tell me I need to look at certain things more, I'm not just gonna shun what they doing. They've been doing this shit way longer than me, and got stats out the world way bigger than my stats. So yes, I am gonna pay attention, but I still gotta be me.
But Zoe, you know what it is? When you're in this game for so long, you have certain habits you form. You get stagnant to your old ways. He keeps me fresh and new. He keeps me out of a particular mentality. So is Ghost. Even though Ghost has been in this just as long as me. And that's why I feel like how you ask questions and how you come, it's needed. I get hyped for that. I'm like, I wasn't looking at it like that. I'm not gonna bite off of it, but there's new people coming in this space that's fucking it up in a good way. And if you're not prepared, you're getting rolled over, and nobody's gonna give you any sympathy for getting rolled over. So keep doing your thing. Some people are like, oh my, that's where the hate comes from. Look what this SO guy doing, jumping in like this. No, that's what he do, nigga, and it works. That interview was at 100K.
Why do they hate on Elliot Wilson? Why they hate him?
The Drake cut. He said pretty much that Drake's only does.
But I'm just saying they're
I
on him.
I think I know why they hating on him.
What you think, guys? Let's break it.
They looking for him to leave the space and go up.
They saying like he's a dinosaur, like he needs to.
It doesn't. He's not a dinosaur, because me and him is like the same age. Right.
But that's.
But he's been in let me explain.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. But he's been doing it. I'm not from this space, right? So if I was doing this for 7 more years, it's time for me to move up.
Yeah.
It's time for me to go to a network. It's time for me to develop another show. It's just time for me to take over. It's time for me to take over something else and be the czar of this shit.
Right.
That's what I feel like that they're expecting from him, because him and people like Hynaken was doing this before. And I'm not taking nothing away from Flip and what Ghostin was doing. I'm talking about on what I was seeing on a world star level and things of that nature, snatching things and doing shit like that. They coming from that from a long time ago. So when you see a dude like Wilson doing that for such a long time, it's gonna confuse people. He could be making a grip of money doing what he's doing.
Effortlessly.
And say, I don't want to go no place else. But the public is now going to dictate, oh, you got SO coming up, you got Zoe coming up, you got BagFuel coming up. Yo, let them do what they want to do. And he's like, no, I'm still good. I still didn't accomplish everything that I wanted to accomplish for myself.
He's done legendary things. I think also what pisses people off is when he was like all these whack Drake interviews coming out. Yo, bro, you got your shit off. Let other people cook. I'm not saying he can't critique, but now it's like, you already been in this space, leave. This is a whole different game. This is a whole different
But why does he have to? But this is the thing when I'm saying, when everybody's saying leave, why does this man have to? I'm just like, what is the reason why? So people want him to leave so they can make space for them?
But the reason why they're saying that, younger people will always feel like the older people need to leave. That's just the thing with it is.
Elliot, I think he doesn't diversify. He stays on hip hop.
What you mean?
And people haven't seen that. Like a person his age staying on hip, because even Sway, He goes in the movie world. He'll sit around with the president.
But Elliot
do that, and Elliot will stay in the hip hop section.
But he stayed with. He's done Maverick Carter, Rich Paul. That's
still hip hop though.
What you think, guys? Am I being too semantical with it?
I don't see nothing wrong with what he's doing. I just feel like I would be like him. I'm not listening to what the fuck people say.
What you think, so?
I mean, he's still in demand, and I feel like we still got to keep if the older generations with the younger generation, isn't that what we want? You know,
I agree.
He got a lot of game, got a lot of knowledge. He's still
why
in
would
demand.
you want him out the game? This is what I'm saying. Thank you. So I'm like, why would you want him out the game? Young kids always want change. They just stomped out the fucking shit in fucking Union Square yesterday. If you put a bunch of old motherfuckers there, they're not doing that.
They're not.
It's a totally different. These kids want change, and the problem with these kids right now, and I'm gonna say it, they want change and they ain't even done shit to earn it.
Right.
So it's like, why would this nigga leave the space and give it to y'all motherfuckers who ain't even putting in the work to earn it? Fucking It's just left here and told us the schedule of how Joe Budden films with them, and I'm like, we don't film that much, right? And they're on top,
right?
And they're filming more than us,
right?
So who's gonna say Joe Budden need to leave the space next? Why? Yeah, because he's 40-something and there's a young Sanat coming up. Who cares? Let him have his space.
Right.
Let these people have their space and let them grow.
Right.
But when he came out against like Drake and things of that nature, that I see how that could harm him. But was he wrong? Like sometimes the people who stand out and put their dick on the line, they get ridiculed. They take the hits from Drake. But do I think that Drake could have sat down with more hip hop niggas? Yes.
Here's my thing, and Joe Budden said this. If you do a Drake interview, it's literally Drake interviewing Drake.
Right.
Meaning he's gonna dictate where the camera angle's at, what goes out, what goes in. So
Take a risk.
Huh? He's not gonna take the risk of that. And why should he? He's been at the top for so long. You know, unless you think differently, Ash.
Judge, you ain't gotta take no risk. Come on this motherfucking show. You can have all the camera angles you want. You can write down your questions. You can say what you don't want to do.
Right.
Come on
I'll
this
send
motherfucker.
you guys a script.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you sign up for
Drake
that?
interview Drake interview Drake on BagFuel all day.
Right.
Fuck is we talking about?
What are some things you dislike about this space or things that's been difficult for you?
I would say this. I have a question for you guys. Why do people always want to look like they're self-made when they've had help?
Because dudes, because they want pussy and makes them look good. Women, because they don't want a man on top of them telling them what to do. Because if you admit that you needed help, then it's not all on you. You can't dictate and talk like a boss.
That's it.
Bosses act like they never. Bosses say, I picked myself up off the ground and I did everything for myself. That's a boss. That's a nigga who you ain't coming to tell him nothing. You ain't coming to do nothing. So they want to make it seem like that there was no help because all the shine is also going to be on them. All the money, all the attention, all the credit. And that's what's going around right now. If you give Hynaken credit, like I tell people all the time, I'll be like, yo, people call me and they be like, yo, I need you to help me with my podcast. First of all, to consult with me is $1,500. Ain't no yo, you need help, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is, I don't do that. That's what Hynaken and Ghost do.
Right.
And they shit $1,500 too. I dictated the fucking price. I ain't even called them niggas.
Right.
How about that? They shit $1,500 too. But they come up with the camera angles. They cut the footage. They come up with the clips. They come up with the topics. The only thing that I do is I come up with questions off the top of my dome.
Which is legendary.
I help get us a space sometimes. I help get us guests. But that's not the shit that's gonna make the podcast run. Everybody needs their credit. I make sure that when they talk about me and Clue Show, I say Ghost is still the visual coordinator for that show. Hynaken produces that show.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? I'm not doing this shit by myself. But I do know people want to believe that.
But here's the thing. You've always had confidence in yourself. You've had a lot of success. So I can say that with Ghost. doesn't even talk about his resume, the things he's done with Kanye West, because he doesn't rely on that. He has so much more going on. These people, when they get into this space, this is the first time they're getting light, they're getting shine, they're getting popularity, notoriety. First time they're probably getting good-looking women to say hello to them. So, and now they're like, I want to take it, yeah, I'm self-made, because if they find out the real, are they going to appreciate me the same way that they didn't
No,
appreciate?
she might want to suck his dick.
There you go.
All right?
And so,
real
who are you
talk.
going to respect more? The man that figured out how to make 10 million on his own, or the trust fund kid that got 15 million because his daddy made it?
The man who made the 10 million on his own.
And
And he gets to poke his chest out.
Well,
and he gets to be revered.
Yeah.
And he gets to be on camera.
Yeah.
And interviewed and travel.
Flip it.
Fuck the bitches and make all the money to himself.
I've had a regular
and
job.
just ration his friends
Yeah.
out with the cash. That's what people want to do. They want to be in control.
And Zoe, who's the girl gonna respect? The man that makes his own schedule and gets his money, or the 9 to 5 and he has to figure out when he's gonna take vacation based on his boss? You in the streets, Zoe?
Right.
All right, then.
That's why they doing it.
That's why they doing it.
And it's marketing.
Big marketing.
Just like Lauryn Hill said, I produced and arranged my whole album. I did everything. I did everything. She didn't do it. She got sued later. Nobody cares.
Right.
The people got their money. It was marketing.
Big
right
marketing.
now, 15, 20 years later, when people like me know she didn't write and produce the whole thing, she didn't do this whole thing, nobody cares. The legend has been made.
Right.
He surpassed it.
All
to
right,
the point,
there?
the legend is so legendary that even though the facts is there, they're gonna say, you're a liar.
You're a liar.
That was made up stats.
And that's why she carries over. She's a cult figure to this
Yeah.
day. So that's why people act like they did everything.
Right.
Split history. His story. His story.
Or her
Right.
story. That's it. You know
Makes
what I'm
sense.
saying?
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
In this space right here, what you think could change it for the better?
Good shit.
I would say everybody it's hard. I know it's not easy, but just be true to yourself. You know, I feel like people fan out because, you know, you're not being genuine, not being honest.
What you mean fan out? Like,
Think about it. When you hot, you hot. When you fan out,
oh, okay.
But
Okay.
I feel like sometimes people just have their time. Like, I don't think I'm going to be doing this for 10 years, but that don't mean I'm trash. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that maybe my vibe has changed. I've gotten older. Maybe
Right.
my followers have changed. You know what I'm saying? Because they talk about Charlemagne now. Everybody said that they want the old Charlemagne back. He can't be the old
Can't be now.
Charlemagne.
It wouldn't be genuine.
Yes, he can. He's grown from that Charlemagne.
Right.
Like it bothers
Appreciate
me.
it. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
bothers me how people watch and don't do anything, but think that they should dictate people's journey.
Right.
That really confuses me.
Yeah.
Like you're watching me. You're not even. I don't care if you fuck if you have a 9 to 5. I don't give a fuck if you're a trust fund baby. If you get money on the street. If you're a gangster. If you're looking at me and you're not doing what I'm doing, and you don't have the heart to do it,
Right.
why are you trying to dictate my journey?
Right.
Chill, sit the fuck back, and watch the greatness and understand it later.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. Because everything that's great right in front of you, you don't know is great at that time. It takes time to see if it ages well, if the facts come to be what they really are, if that person stays in that position, if they go to the next level and you see what they're saying works. That's how your stuff goes along, and that's how you become legendary, and that's how people realize that you were great,
Right.
period.
Right. I think in this space, I think people just need to be themselves, be honest, be genuine, run your own race. You know, I feel like now everybody's asking me like, yo, could you help me get this person? Can you help me get that person? And you may not be there yet. You know, like you may have to keep working. Episode 100, I swore it was gonna be Fat Joe. And everything in my soul, I'm like, Fat Joe, Fat Joe, Fat Joe. And I wasn't ready. Like I wasn't.
Why wasn't you ready?
Because I didn't know you guys then, right? I didn't have a network. So how would I have followed that up? Maybe a lot came from that, or maybe it didn't. But I would rather he would fit more now than he did then because of everybody that's come along.
Yeah.
Right? It would make more sense. But I wouldn't want to just hit one hit, right?
I mean,
I
there's
want
levels,
a series of singles.
There's levels to sitting with established individuals.
Right.
You know, some people, it takes time. I was fortunate. I came out the gate with all the names, and they're just
Right.
like, how you doing this? I'm like, This is the same conversation you would have off camera.
Right.
That's when I started working. He's like, we're gonna sit down with people. I'm like, yeah, you're good. I said, I'm not worried about that. You can talk to all these niggas. It's gonna go. When we did the YG, he ain't like it because, he was figuring it out. But I'm like, trust me, it's good.
Right.
But some other people, it needs maybe 50 episodes.
Right.
We've had people sit with us and they froze up under questioning. I'm like, what the fuck happened? You know this person.
Right. I mean, it was just, I'm just happier now because it's more sustainable.
Yeah.
Like then I didn't have the relationships and the networking. I didn't know the people, I'm not outside and getting invited to, so yo, you want to come to the Davies party, like, so now it makes more sense because I'm more in.
So the niggas start inviting you more now since I invited you to the Davies?
I was at the next one, you know what I'm saying? I was at the next one, you know what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying?
I was at the next one.
See, but like I tell
that.
people, it's a relationship though. He did me a solid.
Right.
Yeah,
and he didn't have to do for me. And he parlayed his solid into saying, yo, can I get on the show with y'all?
Yeah,
of course, I got you.
Right.
One hand wash the other. Yo,
you
did me a solid. I'm over here at this Dave shit. Come get some free food. Come get some free drink. Talk to Dave. Get whatever you can get from this motherfucker.
One thing I'll say, behind the scenes, he don't be forgetting. Because when he spoke about it, he kept saying, all right, we got to make sure we get Zoe. We got to make sure we get Zoe here. Then we were figuring out the schedule, this and that. Right. Anytime he says he's going to come back for somebody, he don't leave nobody behind. Right. And he's had other people in the industry like, yo, Big R, don't do that, man. Leave some. He's like, nah. Now, if you're a piece of shit, you're getting left behind. But for the most part, we knew we were supposed to sit down with you. And he's like, I'm going to make sure Zoe is good. And
we got one more. We got John Nurse on the radar that we
was trying to put all of us together.
We was trying to get it all together at the same time, but John's down in Philly. I just feel like it's very important with the camaraderie. And I know in this content space, people, I'm not gonna say their names, people was very angry with me at the business that I bought to the space. Cause I was talking shit like, ain't nobody doing business. Me and Ghost will argue, oh, they doing motherfucking merch. I said, I'm not just doing merch, nigga. I'm designing shit. I'm starting a network of niggas. I'm doing marketing and promotion. They not doing what I'm doing. Now, they was mad at me. But now they come back to me and say, I'm not doing what you're doing.
Right.
Nigga, you not even riding 23 miles through Central Park to stay healthy and look good, to get up and stay in shape to come do this shit.
Right.
So I'm already ahead of you. I'm up at 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, riding 23 miles, jumping in the sauna before I even pick up the phone call. That's a part of my work.
Right.
That's a part of my stamina to keep me going, to travel to Atlanta, to come here at 9 in the morning, to go with Cormega last night. That's all what that's involved in. I don't think people understand everything that you have to do in order to prep and stay on top. That's what this team is for. And I'm gonna say this to you, how are you doing it by yourself?
By the team.
Where's your team at? I ain't seen nobody. I saw you
I only see you by yourself.
I saw you rent the spot. I saw your family there that one day. But where's everybody else at?
So to this, I came.
You said Miss Montana?
Yes, Miss Montana. I got an editor. I got a graphic guy. So the guy that does my graphic, the guy that does my clips. And that's how we really ascended. Before I was outsourcing everything. Got to pay dudes every week. So now, I'm thankful for my team.
You don't pay them?
I do.
Or you're profit sharing?
I pay them. I sell them every Wednesday.
Okay.
So I make sure, but it's not like. They with me for the journey, so it's not like
I'm not saying that you paying them a lot of money, but
what I'm saying is it's more like you going places, bro, and I want to go with you. You feel me? And I know that they're putting their time into me, so I give them what I can, but I do it every week. So automatic Zelle every Wednesday, you getting something from me regardless.
Ghost did that with us.
Right.
Yeah.
Ghost, before we were even off the other show. Ghost was the original one, because I was fighting with him for a year to keep doing BagFuel, although we was on My Expert Opinion. Right? He didn't want to do it. So that was an ongoing fight with us. Then one thing went down, and finally he was receptive to doing it. And so, because I was on his back about doing this shit, so finally he was like, all right, well, we need a cameraman, and we need this. And I said, yo, the only nigga that can shoot it is Ghost. I swear to God. And I was like, we can't ask Ghost to do it, because he's on math shit. And we just meeting Ghost from there, and I don't want to ask Ghost to do it. The very next day, Ghost called me and said, "What the fuck are y'all doing with BagFuel? Let's get that up and running." And I said, "Yo, Ghost, I didn't even want to ask you because I didn't know about the situation." I swear
Literally
to God.
a day later.
He was the one who was the catalyst to get this back up and running the way that
Reignite
it
the
was.
direction and the engine of it.
And then gave us the direction and say, yo, because it was about fueling young minds to get to the bag.
Right.
But then it's cool to go off on a tangent, but we would just talk about stuff that had nothing to do with the bag. So even with this podcast and even with this episode that we talking about, people understand that you're paying niggas. People understand that you gotta have your cameras. You gotta get your plan straight. You need your location. You came from baseball. You got an income already. This stuff costs. It's not free. It's not
a hobby.
It's not everybody taking one camera and putting it in their room and shooting. That's not what goes on. Space Ghost puts in a tremendous. He's fast.
He's fast,
but he puts in a lot of work. Me and Hynaken is on the phone, arguing, discussing, figuring out how to make money, how to push it forward. I'm trying to learn how to find topics for us. This is an ongoing thing every day. And people come to me and I say, yo, I'm just really kind of starting. Like
we're learning each other's skill sets.
I'm still getting better. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to still learn when to not take my own personal stuff and put it in there, not make it long or shorten it. It's all a process of everything that we're doing.
Growth.
And growth is the word that I'm looking for. And I don't think that, not this generation, it's not the generation, this time. It's just 2023. It's not the generation, because the 40-year-old chick is doing what the 30-year-old chick, doing what the 20-year-old chick, and the men on down. Nobody's impatient. Everybody's expecting it to be done right now. I fall victim of it. If I watch a 1-minute clip now, I'm like, that shit too long. I told girls, I say, I'm 35 seconds now. So I'm a part of the microwave shit too. So so when we get past, we're not gonna get past that. How do we combat that?
Impact. You know, viral is impact. You know, so if you think about impact and how any clip you see is either gonna make you mad, angry, sad, it's gonna make you feel something. So if you're worried about how you're gonna make somebody feel, then that may turn into viral. So the 3 million views, me and JoJo, that was a Friday night. That clip was about relationships. On a Friday night, you either in a relationship, somebody just broke up with you, somebody give a fuck about you, you know what I mean? So
ask him why he's shaking his head.
Right, so that was just my intention. Yo, Friday night about relationships, boom, 3 million.
S is great at relationship topics. But he despises talking about relationships. He doesn't want to do it.
It's a never-ending story.
It's a never-ending story.
There is no answer to this shit.
Yo, see?
That's why it's annoying.
Just like when the nigga say, you Hollywood, you
can go viral off of relationship shit because it's never ending and it's controversial. Bitches don't know what they want. Niggas don't pick the right bitches. Niggas follow their dick. You know what I'm saying? So
it's
but you know why? But you know why it works? Everyone can relate to a relationship scenario. Everyone can't relate to closing down the $1 million deal. No matter whatever, unless
even when I'm on a relationship show, this is why you're not cap, but I think that the idea of that is cap because people say that, right?
Go for it.
They can't take the truth.
No, of course not.
All right, I'm married.
That's not cap. That's
I'm married, and I'll be on a relationship show, and I'll be like, "Who the fuck is doing that? Oh, well, what type of wife do you got? Oh, my wife is bad and makes $250,000 a year and been doing it for 8 years.
No. Here's what happens.
What the fuck is you talking about?
Here's what happens. There's identifying markers that they try to use against men they feel are aggressive. So they'll be like, he's bitter and he's mad. So he'd be like, he don't got it. He's like, I'm married. They're like, it's just a weapon to downplay.
They was anxious to see my wife. They was like, I can't wait to see little mama.
Shut it down.
I can't wait to see your wife. All right, she coming. You gonna see.
They shut the fuck up.
Nothing to say.
They shut the fuck up.
So now when I come back on the show, it's hard to keep me on that show. Because I don't fit into the narrative of what they think a dude's supposed to say. They got niggas crossing their legs on shows now, making they shit. It's crazy. I'm just being honest. It's crazy.
So niggas can't do this?
No, niggas ain't. Nah. That ain't the type of leg cross I'm talking about.
Right.
I'm talking
You're talking about
what-
the slant.
Yeah, I'm talking about you go from one thing, and it's like
Yeah.
you go from one thing to another.
Right.
I don't understand that because it's the personification of the most women watching you on that camera. And you got to be able to appeal to the women. See, just like the 90% of people, I don't give a fuck about them bitches.
Right.
Y'all bitches gonna be lonely and by your fucking self. I don't give a fuck about y'all. Straight up and down. This is the real. If you don't want to be lonely and be by yourself, bitch, the bitches with money are not selfish with their bread. They not talking that dumbass language, that begging Billy shit y'all be doing on the phone. Going out every day and never pull your own card out.
Hit my cash app.
Real bitches ain't doing that. That's scum bucket bird bitches. So we got a whole bunch of bird bitches setting the standard on what niggas supposed to be doing. And I'm gonna answer these bitches? This nigga, no, I don't even, nigga, my wife say some shit, I be looking at her like, what the fuck? I'm not even dignified. If I'm not gonna answer her, you know I'm not talking to these birds.
Right.
See, and that's why they try to use that shaming language. Oh, you're lonely. No, I'm married. Oh, she's lit. Oh, no, she has her own personality. Oh, she makes money. She's not no pushover. And they're like, oh my God, none of my weapons work.
Right.
And he's making sense.
Right.
Game
Get him
over.
off the show. Bring
Game
him off
over.
this nigga. So I say, let the relationship talk be. Then we had Cream on our show.
Yeah.
And Ghost and Hynaken convinced me to do Love Fuel. Right?
Oh my
Which is like
God.
the
relationship version.
The first day we did Love Fuel, it was canceled.
Right.
Because the bitches is out of control.
Right.
I'm keeping it real.
Right.
The bitches is out of control.
Yo, he called my, you see how he's talking? It's watered down. He's like, yo, my nigga, this is fucking bullshit. You fucking convinced me. This nigga, y'all my niggas. I fuck with y'all.
Because I'm gonna be honest.
Yo,
you can say I'm sexist. I'm not working with no bitches. They only can work for me. They can't work with me. Because as soon as they get into this working with you, hey yo, you know what I want to do, and you know what I feel like doing. This ain't even your show, bitch. You only a guest. I don't give a fuck what you feel like doing. So instead of me coming off and having a problem on camera with women and doing that on some sexist shit, we just not gonna do it. And then on the men's end, we had Cream on the show, like I was saying, and Cream she said something so simple. I want my man. I want to know if he pays bills, not my bills. Do you pay bills? Do you know how? Do you smell good? And do you eat ass? I said, damn, that's the only requirement. Shit, I pay bills, I smell good, and I eat ass. Fuck are we talking about? What nigga ain't licking they girl's ass and pussy? What are we talking about? This is simple.
Simple shit.
Right? Niggas was up there like, she's a hoe, and she's this, and I'm looking at niggas like, well, what do you want from a bitch, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Bitches lying out here 100 miles an hour.
Right.
When you find one woman to tell you the truth,
come on.
you gonna kill her.
They lose their shit.
I don't get it. That's why I'm saying all that. That's why I don't like relationship talk.
Right.
It's not just on the woman. It's on the man too.
Go for it.
It wasn't even relationship talk either. I was just asking him his because JoJo's married, so it was just getting into fatherhood, being married, and things like that. So
what did he say?
But my intention behind it was, it's Friday night. So you're either lonely, single, somebody just broke up with you. So I'm going to play into that Friday night. But what he said is, when you run into a real woman, don't waste her time. When you run into a real man, don't waste his time.
It's up.
Somewhere along those
lines. That's up.
But you know what I would have asked JoJo? How the fuck are you making a living for real? What the fuck does he do? Does anybody know? How do you take an advice from a nigga who don't take care of himself and you don't even know what the fuck he do? What are we talking about right now? That's why I said, what's happening here? That's why I said, who am I taking advice from?
He comes from a wealthy family.
All right. Are you taking advice from a trust fund baby about love?
I think
fuck are we talking about?
Up here. I think we got to clear up the misconceptions.
All right, I need to know.
JoJo BagFuel.
I need to know where you making your money from, Joe. Did you ever see the BagFuel? I mean, the fucking Bad Boys when he's going to shoot the nigga, tell this nigga, Joe, I need to know. Where are you making your money from?
My man ass on fire, y'all.
Because I'm just saying, I think we all got guests on. I've been on the shit, and this ain't no slight against JoJo. He could have a
businesses
real
that we don't know about.
He could own fucking a trash can business is going viral. It dumps its own trash. It walks its way to the fucking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He could do that. I need to know that. Because from what I seen from him online from when he was younger, I need to know and see the growth.
The growth, yeah.
For me to even now listen to you.
Gotcha.
Because the last impression I had, I'm like, I'm not even gonna listen to this nigga. So when he went viral for $3 million, talking about relationship, I need to know the credentials. What's up?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going based upon that you, because if you're a trust fund, you're run son. You're not going through the same shit we going through, run son.
You don't think in relationship? No, let's talk about it. No, hold on. We done seen millionaires, regular niggas, they all have the same complaints.
Angela Simmons is Run's daughter.
Yeah, and
What
who
are
she
you
with?
talking about?
Who she with?
His other daughter is Rich too. Vanessa don't even come outside.
No, she has
You
always
think
been in
that
the
they not living a life? What the fuck? What are you talking about?
We looking at Tracy Ellis Ross, like pushing her ass in.
Yeah,
We watching Lizzo Wiley. These celebrities doing dumb shit. They're going through shit. They just got more money.
I'm not saying that they not. We're not
Right,
talking about you taking off the topic. I'm not
What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about going through shit. I'm talking about dealing with women in the same way. He's a trust fund baby. His father's Run. If my father was Run,
Yes.
what type of damage would be going on out in this world? I might not even be married, nigga, if Run was my father.
Let me ask you this, S. You've lived different lifestyles in this industry. From what you've lived with all of this, do you see chicks changing too much, or you still dealing with certain shit you dealt with back in the day?
Chicks changing all the time. What are you talking about?
Like, we're just talking about just based on your lifestyle, the level of money you have, right? Have you not encountered the same shit when your money was up here, up there, different?
No, when my money was up here, I was not encountering the same shit that my money was down here. Fuck no. Bitches knew better.
Right.
I'm a cash cow. These bitches is, yo, shut the fuck up, bitch. If you ain't got no money, shut the fuck up, bitch. You dirty nigga, who you talking to? I'll leave your dirty, pissy shit right now. What you talking about? You ain't accounting the same shit. We going over to my daddy's house for Thanksgiving. Who's your daddy? Run. Oh, word. Oh, Run who? Ain't what one, nigga. Run from Run DMC is my daddy. Oh, yeah, I'm coming over for Thanksgiving. You pulling up to the mansion, nigga. Not the mansion, the mansion, nigga.
Mansion.
Fuck is you
Remember
talking
that clever
about?
word? The restaurant tour.
Yo, restaurant tour. The first date. Hold on, I got to stop by my pop's house, pick up something. That's the first date.
Right.
Smashing. Right in the driveway. He talking about the same shit he got to deal with. Bitch, he got generational money. He ain't, nigga. He better get him some pussy and get married. He got generational money. Please.
What's
tell
up,
me.
Zoe? What you want to say to end this off?
Listen, man.
Conversations with Zoe.
In the words of DNA, get money and drink water. You know what I mean?
DNA, Eric St. John.
Right. But for me, man, I just want to continue. I thank you for the opportunity to be on BagFuel.
This is the most thankful nigga I know.
I appreciate that.
He gets on my nerves because I'm in a DM. I said something to him. He said, "I'm just thankful to be here." I said, "Come on,
He's
so."
not laughing. I'm really just happy to be here, man.
I said, "Come on, so."
I really just am. I'm happy to be here, man. You know,
likewise.
It's been a crazy journey, you know, and I'm just thankful. So for me, with everything with Conversation with Zoe, definitely tap in. Definitely check out Slice of Excellence, Brigade Pork Archer Pizza. School is coming up next month. We got pizza parties going back up every single month. You know what I'm saying? I should be working at a school by then too, so I should definitely pull up and you know, meet the kids, do a pizza party, and all that. I'm gonna try to make the school year super lit.
You know, I think an interview you try to do. I know Esso and I want to make this one happen. Dela Cruz.
Dela Cruz.
Ellie.
Yeah.
He's making baseball exciting.
Yeah. That'd be super fun. And that's a good thing too. I speak Spanish, so I could host.
Ain't you Spanish?
Yeah. My family's from Honduras.
Okay.
You know, so I'm gonna definitely try. I reached out to CC Sabathia in his camp. So I definitely want to start to get the baseball content going. Off season with Zoe is gonna be that. And
I like the name.
Yeah, we got some good stuff. I got my man. He plays for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He just hit a walk-off on his birthday the other day.
I'll be in Pittsburgh every fucking weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, every month I'll be in Pittsburgh.
Right, yeah. So Yeah, I got a lot of beautiful things coming, and we ain't really tapped into baseball yet, so that's when we really gonna take off.
When's the last time you been to like a game? Because I was telling Essa with the pitch clock now,
Oh,
it's fast.
I went to a Yankee game last month. And
Was it the one they got murdered like 18 and I was at that one. I was like,
nah, we won that day.
Yankees been getting rocked lately.
yeah, they've been by Baltimore.
They suck.
Yeah.
Baltimore's good though. I mean, listen, the table's gonna turn, you know?
Yeah, of course.
It took Baltimore 20 years to get good.
Right.
Shout out to Angie because she's like, we going to the playoffs and we gonna play the Yankees and you better come down here because I've been killing Baltimore. I went to college there. They trash.
Right.
They gonna make it to the playoffs and they gonna lose like they always
They gonna
do.
lose. Yeah.
They gonna lose like they always do.
I mean, if they win, it'd be crazy, but that'd be something else.
It ain't too many people that I see doing things and I'll be like, yo, like you really stood out to me with your professionalism. You stood out to me with your give back. You stood out to me with being receptive to becoming a part of my network so we can start trying to get money together. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate just the person and the man that you are, and we getting to know each other. And I just wish you the best with your show, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Keep banging, and when you hit 1 million followers, just make sure you keep having me and Hynaken as
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. It's
Absolutely.
up to the top.
Absolutely, it's up, man.
BagFuel, yo, Conversations with Zoe. That's his name on the gram and all that. Follow his YouTube. Super chat, super thanks. BagFuel on Instagram. Follow my Instagram, ESSOWRLD. Here's HYNAKEN. Like, subscribe, share the content. We'll be here next week. Blah.
Salute to Space Ghost.